Hello, so this video I'm doing on my take on COVID since the last 12 months. So I was actually told there was a dark war entering before it happened, interestingly enough. Didn't quite know what it meant. And then I went to Egypt to do some work and came back, and then we had the first wave. And I've also had COVID, should we say, a couple of times. I have a number of conditions that would put me in the bracket of vulnerable, so to speak. But I also am aware that COVID is going to hit everyone to a certain degree. And it's actually a purge of toxins, of trauma and stress. And if we treat it the correct way, it can purge things to clear your body, and then afterwards your vibration is a lot higher. I also personally, because I suffered from trauma extremely, so I know that my nervous system's quite bare. So if I'm low, and I got it because I was in the airport and stuff, so if I'm immune system tired, low, and I'm around different frequency, it'll hop into my cell. Yeah, my body's. So but this video is it's very, I mean, when I had it, I could feel it on my chest like pneumonia. I thought I was going to die, that feeling. So but I juiced and I flushed and I garlic, which is the things that I do when I'm very ill anyway. I've had years of COVID-y kind of awakening symptoms anyway, and I just kept cleansing my body. So I teaching this, and I'm doing this video just to guide, because I've had a lot of people ask questions, so I'm doing a lot more videos so I can help more than one person at a time. Garlic eaten daily. As soon as I feel a little bit tired or my immune system a little bit low, because I know outside the spiritual war is very at its peak, which means there's entities, virus, bacteria and parasites, demons, whatever what language you want to say, it's all outside. People have had vaccines and then in Mars, so it's very low frequency. I eat garlic as soon as I feel myself dropping a little bit from immunity, which can just be tiredness and things. So and when I say eat garlic, I cook it in the oven. I have a bulb. Is that right? Clove, yeah, bulb. So you'd have like your 9 cloves. I would put 2 in the oven at a time and eat the whole lot. So you cook it just enough that it's edible, but not too much that you lose the potency. This is a massive boost to the immune system. I've done lots of Cambo and liver flushes, so I don't eat too much heavy food. I don't need to eat too much heavy food for energy anymore. I used to, but this is the blessings coming from when we do the cleansing and get to enjoy the earthly things without addiction. You know, they're just because, you know, and I can eat a lot more and my body is younger because it just goes in and it comes out better. So this is the beauty of these techniques, healing techniques. So yeah, I would say to everyone right now, just continually eat garlic. I know it's a tiny thing, but it's the body's it's the earth's natural antibiotic. Anything that's a natural antibiotic. Onion, I eat a lot of raw onion. Turmeric, lemon. I've got like half a lemon in here. I probably have a whole lemon a day with hot water, herbal drinks. It's the first thing I have in the morning is lemon to get the enzymes from my liver kicking out so my digestion's okay throughout the rest of the day. I do drink coffee and I eat pizzas and I have wine, and now and again I will have a rollie, you know, so I'm not this perfect person, but I do have a very strict regime, and I'm very aware of when my energy is here or here, and I will tailor my activities to where my energy is, and I do have to isolate and keep myself to myself. a little bit, because I am aware of these things, and the work I do, you know, I have to be very hard to keep people safe in the work that I do as well. So I'm not people think, you know, if you're spiritual, you're this perfect image. No. So but what it is, it's just being aware. We're all spiritual, we're just not aware of it. What is happening, COVID is a spiritual war. This spiritual war has been going on for thousands of years, and it's on the human race, so we stay closed. Wearing a mask spreads the virus, spreads anything low frequency, because breath work is the key to everything. And the fact is, what their manipulator will do is use a section of truth. So yes, if you cough and splatter all over someone, you're going to spread something. But the extent and the comparison of this information to what a mask does, you know, it's terrible. In my, I mean, not being able to breathe. People, you're looking like this, it's just not expressing yourself. I can't wear a mask because I will have a panic attack. You know, I was suffocated, I was raped, abused, so I don't need to go into that. But what it does, when I see people wearing it, it is basically, it's about our identity, who we are, self-expression. It's about also communication with other people around us. Communicating with a stranger in a shop can actually be really healing, you know, and if we actually talk our truth and express ourselves, the body can heal. What it is that we're not being tuned in, and we haven't been taught how to express what's in our body. So the work I do is actually go into people's subconscious memories. I'm telepathic, will pick it up, what's trapped in their body, and allow them to express it, which means they clear the toxins and they heal. Their body will heal. We're all meant to be living like this, and we will be. We have 2020 is 22 chromosome. We have 10 years. I have this information from Spirit. I read the forgotten what they're called. I read the soul of the earth and people, Akashic records. There you go. It's like the iCloud of the iPhone. It's our consciousness records. I've gone off on a trail. I've gone the same. But basically about expressing ourselves. Yeah, so the subconscious, my work and my research, the subconscious mind is 90% amnesia of trauma of the human race. It's just come through and through. So everything that's stored in there, if we learn to express it, the body can just heal. And the story of Jesus and the 12 as well, I think we're meant to just purge, be on the earth and purge every 12 months of what we've learned from experiences. But you have to remember, we've got about 12 million trillion centuries of trauma and crap that we're now purging, which is why this is going on. But there is light. The soul never dies. I speak to the spirit world. There is dimensions of where they all are. And then there's source, you know, some are trapped, some are free. These realms are going to be open by 2030. So, you know, we will all be purging our stuff. The reason is some people going through it first is because they have deeper trauma. I went through it 8 years ago because my trauma was so deep. It's not a competition, it's not a race, it's just fact. And also I went through it a long time ago because I chose to come here and help people through it back in my galactical times. So that's a little video on my spiel. So the end bit I would like to express on here is that when you wear a mask or can't breathe or don't express yourself, your aura, your electromagnetic aura, physics, science, truth of science, because some science is false, I'll tell you that now. When you see an ECG, which is a heartbeat, heart frequency of your heart, I'm an acupuncturist, medical degree in acupuncture. We are trained to feel the frequency of 12 organs in the body, but I don't need to plug you in to feel this, okay? An acupuncturist won't need to plug you in. We can manipulate in a good way, with the good intention, the vibration of your organs, so they work in harmony and your body heals. So when you can't breathe, because I've done breath work, especially research breath work with cancer, why cancer cells activate. You know why? Because we don't breathe properly, because of stress. That's why cancer cells activate. Virus. So when you can't breathe, surprisingly enough, you will spread. the virus. Or what happens is actually your electromagnetic field, when it's in its strength, when you see a healthy cell, Google healthy cell, when the membrane is strong, it's like this. It's your warrior soldierness. Okay, so nothing can come in. So the light and dark are meant to live together. And this is why we need both. Okay, we need this energy and we need the light source energy as well. But they're meant to be living together with this membrane, safety membrane. But what happens is when you have the mask, you're down like this, your immunity is really weak. All right, so it comes in. It will either come in your field, your aura field, which is also called Wei Qi if you want another medical term. Aura, people don't see as a medical term, but day might come. But anyway, we will have these entities, viruses, parasites, low frequency fields with no soul. They will attach because we are the host. And then it can actually come into your body, which is, especially if you can't cough it out because you're wearing a mask. The first access is actually at the back of the neck. And this is where you wind a gate. This is when I've been clearing viruses for a very, very long time, over 20 years now. Here is the area of the body that I clear. I will tonify and clear to make sure the virus can release, or I will build the immune system so the virus doesn't get in. So I always wear a scarf when I'm out. I don't wear a mask, I wear a scarf because I want to breathe and I don't want to catch anything that's in anyone else's aura. So I stand well away from people with a mask as well. Not well, as in a horrible way, but I just to be very aware and get my strength up. So it's a horrible truth to try and accept. This is what I see coming as well in the future. And I've had this because I had amnesia and I was manipulated in a very bad way. Plus I had trauma that I was manipulating from myself. And it's a big shock to take in. It's like, makes you feel quite sick, you know, to think that there's a system there that is really gaslighting, manipulating your health. So this is coming, you know, so if you've been wearing a mask for a year and then you suddenly find this information out and then you don't want to believe it, you don't want it, or it's embarrassing, you know, shame, embarrassment, truth, all of these every emotion has an expressional frequency in the body, and there's so many different frequencies. So, and again, I know this because I, you know, having to accept that for my trauma and abuse and the shame and embarrassment, I have no family member of mine has accepted any of it. But that's another story, you know, and I had to do a lot of work on my own. And but now I know this preparation is to help people from this bigger thing, because the host at the moment from this viral spiritual war and spiritual is emotional frequency, which exists in the galactical atmosphere as well. So there is a war on the earth. It's way bigger. So you have to imagine the earth is a female body. We have plus and minus in everything. There's either male or female. Our soul is the same, but we come back. I've been a man, I've been a woman, I've been a man, I've been a woman, right? So we all, to a certain extent. The earth is a female body. Okay, it's just the way it is. It's not a competition, it's just the way it is. So she is under attack because of lots of jealousy things. It was created to come here and live a third 3D world manifestation and love and creation. So you can touch and feel and have different experiences. So this was what the war was all about, and they've kept the human race very closed off with the eye. So when this eye opens, you get to see and feel, which is where I'm at, which sounds great, but it's also quite difficult. But we're all going to be like that. We're all going to be like that because that's the way it's meant to be. We're all going to be psychic. We're all going to have sort of levels of psychosis coming. We're all going to feel like we've got very serious mental health. The system won't be there to support us because it can't. So these systems of money and education, government system, court systems, medical systems, all of this is all going to fall apart because we're going to learn how to become see-through, become a part of our truth. There'll be no ability to lie to people anymore because we'll be able to feel it, see it, sense it. Use our senses, use our telepathy, use our astral traveling, use all these superpower things that have been hidden from us. But this, cutting through this, I mean, what a beautiful idea that I think that you can't have abuse and manipulation anymore. So, you know, hey ho to that. But we just got to get through the mess of cleaning up the trauma along the way, which was not our fault. But when we don't clean the trauma up, there is things of entities, there are reptilians. I've seen them, they've spoke to me through people. And they do create war within humans on the earth, and they have done for a long, long time. And there's others as well. But I mean, let's not fear, because if we're in any more fear, they will shapeshift and take over our body. When the soul is not whole, sections come out when we have trauma, and they go to another safer realm where it's safe. So my job is to bring them back onto the earth level, and then we become this big whole circle of source, white, pure, and then our membrane is strong wherever we're at. And then the light and the dark can live, because they actually need us. They need the light. That's all it is, to a certain extent. So we don't need to worry about what, where, how, when, so to speak, at the moment. You know, individually just work on your inner child and bringing healing to your soul, so your body becomes light and protected, and then that will travel down to your children, and so on and so on. So I will see you soon for another video. Just drop me any line or question, or any videos of information, anything that you want to know, or techniques. You know, if I know, then I'll do a video, and if I don't know, I can try and source it. So lots of love. Bye.